video was previously recorded and uploaded in mid-September. I had some copyright issues due to some background music, so I wound up having to take down the video. I've since redubbed it without the background music. Sorry it took so long to re-upload this video. I hope you enjoy watching it. I wanted to give you an update on my starfruit tree and share a lesson learned. This video clip you are watching now is from a video I posted a few weeks ago when this tree was in bloom. This was the most flowers this tree had ever produced. As you can see, just about every branch was loaded with flowers. It was doing well. There were only a small amount of leaves that were yellowing, showing a very slight case of chlorosis, which is a condition caused by an iron deficiency that causes the leaves to turn yellow and eventually drop. At the time, I was not the least bit concerned. In all my time that I've owned this tree, it's only had slight case of chlorosis, which was always easily and quickly corrected. After posting this video, within a few days, this is what happened. The majority of its leaves turned yellow. This tree has never had such a severe case of chlorosis. I was amazed at how fast I went from nice green, healthy leaves to this. I immediately applied a foliar spray of gelated iron, and I also mixed some in when I watered it. I continued to closely monitor its progress for the next several days. I gave it a second foliar application a few days later. Within a very short time, it appeared the leaves had stopped turning yellow, but by then it had lost several leaves. The tree was looking bare with several branches stripped of all its leaves. There were still plenty of flowers in bloom, and fruit was starting to develop on several branches. A few were starting to put on good size. I'm not sure if these will continue to survive and reach full maturity. This tree is still in recovery mode. Thankfully, it's doing much better, and it's also starting to put out new growth. Has a good amount of new healthy leaves starting to form throughout the tree. I'm not exactly sure what happened with this tree. I suspect it may have been the fact that it put on a really large amount of flower buds. It may have put on too much stress on the tree. I'm sure if it was planted in the ground, it most likely would not have developed such a severe case of chlorosis. But the fact that it's growing in a 15-gallon container where the roots are much more restricted, I'm guessing that might have been the reason. I usually apply iron feeding on this tree, but that's usually during the cooler months, which is when this tree gets hit with chlorosis. These recent events, though, are a lesson learned. From now on, I can assure you, as soon as I see it starting to push out flowers, or I'll be feeding it with some chelated iron. Hopefully by doing so, I'll avoid this type of problem again. Here's what the tree looks like now. It's recovering well, putting on lots of new healthy leaves. All of these leaves here are new growth and looking very healthy. I doubt that I'll get a big harvest. It's been dropping a lot of these small fruits that are just starting to develop. A few of these here that are a bit bigger look like they might reach maturity. Hopefully I'll get a few off this tree. It's still looking pretty bare, but I'm sure it'll bounce back. Here's my coconut mango. It's put on quite a bit of growth since my last video. I'm keeping a close eye on this one. I've been having a problem with the squirrel in my yard. He's taken several avocados, guavas, tomatoes, and I believe he also got to my grapevines. And now, as you can see, he also got to this mango tree. He left one, which I put in a mesh net. I doubt it'll do any good. We'll see. Hopefully some predator will come along and solve my problem. Until then, I'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully I can get at least this one here to reach maturity. And here's the avocado tree that the squirrel was getting to. This tree had at least 20 or so that were knocked off by the squirrel. The avocados aren't ripe. He just likes being a menace and knocking them off the tree. Here's my other avocado. I believe this is a Mexicola. It recently flowered and is starting to develop some avocados. I had this tree in a different location where it was getting more sun. I noticed that the leaves were starting to curl, so I moved it here where it gets a little bit more shade. Still gets a good 7 to 8 hours of sun in this area, and the leaves are still slightly curled, but it should do well here. I'll be posting a video if and when this tree starts to set any fruit. And here are my Pink Barbie guava trees. The squirrel got to these as well, but this tree is so loaded with fruit, I doubt it's going to be a problem. At least it hasn't been so far. These trees have done really well. They've been in the ground less than a year, and they're putting on a really heavy crop. I'm guessing these won't be ready for harvest for at least a month or so. Has another set of flowers that just started to bloom, so it should be a really good harvest. And this last one here is my goji berry. I talked about this one in a previous video. It's also doing well now, but just a few weeks ago it was really struggling. I did a little research and found that these like a really high pH soil, somewhere between 6.8 to 8.1. I wound up adding some lime after testing the soil, which showed it was at about 6. It responded really well. As you can see, the leaves are much healthier looking, and it's pushing out a good amount of flower buds. And it's also setting fruit. The berries are fairly small, and I'm not a big fan of the taste. It's mostly tart in flavor and does have somewhat of a bitter aftertaste. This is its very first crop. Maybe the flavor will improve once the plant matures. Or maybe it's just going to take some time to get used to the flavor. It's supposed to be a healthy fruit, so I'll keep harvesting them. We'll see. I'll let you know how it turns out next season. Well, that'll be all for this video. I'm working on the last of 3 videos that I had to take down due to copyright issues. It's on some of my fruit trees that are still producing fruit. I should have it ready to go for my next upload this coming week, so stay tuned for it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so you can follow along, and don't forget to click on the bell so you can get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. As always, stay safe, grow your own, and thank you for watching.